My daughter called me an embarrassment at her graduation party. My wife laughed along with her. I didn't say a word. The next morning, I canceled her tuition, froze every account, and filed for divorce before breakfast. I'm an electrician, built my own company from a single van and a toolbox. 20 years of marriage. One daughter. Every dollar I made went into giving them a life I never had. It all fell apart at Celine's college graduation party. I'd rented out the rooftop bar at the Ashford Hotel. 60 guests. Open bar, catered. I even flew her godmother in from Denver. Halfway through the night, Celine stood up to give a toast. Thanked her professors. Thanked her sorority sisters. Thanked her mother for always believing in me. Never mentioned me once. Then her boyfriend, Gage, asked what her dad did for a living. Celine laughed. He's an electrician. Like, he literally crawls through people's attics. Please don't bring it up. It's embarrassing. The table erupted. My wife, Renee, laughed the hardest. I sat there holding my glass, didn't move, didn't speak. When we got home, I went straight to my office and locked the door. First thing I checked was the tuition account. I'd set up a dedicated savings fund years ago, solely in my name. $94,000 paid out over 4 years. Celine had 1 semester of grad school left. $16,000 sitting there ready to go. I transferred it back into my business account. Then I started pulling records. Renee had a personal credit card I paid off every month. I'd never looked at the statements closely. That night I did. Recurring charges at the Harbor Loft, a boutique hotel 20 minutes from our house, every Wednesday afternoon, for 11 months. Her calendar said, book club with Margot. Renee hasn't read a book since 2016. I pulled phone records next. One number appeared more than any other. Hundreds of texts. Late night calls lasting an hour, 2 hours. The number belonged to Donovan Walsh, my foreman, the guy I'd promoted last spring, the guy who shook my hand every morning and called me boss. I didn't break anything, didn't yell. I opened a new browser tab and started making calls. Wednesday morning, I told Renee I had a site inspection 2 hours north. She smiled, said she had book club anyway. I parked down the block from the Harbor Loft. At 1:15, Donovan's truck pulled in. Company logo on the door, my company, my truck. Renee's car followed 8 minutes later. I took photos, timestamps, license plates. Then I drove to my attorney. He reviewed everything. The prenup I'd insisted on 20 years ago protected every asset I brought into the marriage and every dollar the business generated. She had no claim. File Thursday. She won't see it coming. That night, I moved quietly. Pulled Renee off every credit card. Closed the joint checking account and moved the balance into my business fund. Changed every password. Revoked Donovan's company gas card and fleet access. Thursday morning, Renee's card got declined at her salon. She called me in a panic. I told her there might be a security issue. Said the bank was investigating. She believed every word. Friday, Celine called screaming. Her tuition payment bounced. The registrar froze her enrollment. I told her maybe she should ask someone who isn't embarrassing for help. The line went dead quiet. Monday, Donovan showed up to work and found his key card deactivated. His tools boxed up by the door. Termination letter on top. He called me 14 times. I let everyone ring out. Divorce papers hit the kitchen table Tuesday while Renee was still mid-panic about her frozen accounts. Prenup held. She got her clothes, her car, and $6,200 from what was left in joint savings. I kept the house, the business, the rental properties, everything. 6 months later, Celine reached out, said she needed to talk, wanted to meet at the same rooftop bar where she'd given that toast. I showed up. She looked thinner, tired. She said she was sorry, that she didn't realize what she had until it was gone, that she wanted to fix things. I let her finish. You had 22 years of me showing up for you. Every tuition check, every car payment, every flight home. And the one time you stood up in front of a room full of people, you couldn't even say my name. She started crying. I'm not angry, Celine. I'm done being the man who pays for everything and gets thanked for nothing. I left $100 on the table to cover her drinks and walked out the same door I'd walked in.